Oh, welcome to day three of disaster. I forgot the key. Welcome to day three of our disaster cycle. So basically, it's not day three in terms of the day that we started our cycle, but today actually marks day 6 since we had these chickens in. So tomorrow they're gonna be turning 1 week old, and we will see after this week how are they behaving. As you guys know that I'm dealing with high mortality rate. I've seen your comments. Most of you guys suggested that I use some of the things that you suggested, and I did see them, most of them. But what I can tell is that at this stage, you're gonna lose a lot of money if you try wanna buy things to supplement for your chickens and so on and so on. In my experience, I've seen a lot of people losing a lot of money because you take everyone's opinion and try to apply it, and without even not knowing what's the problem. And you'll find that genetically these chickens were weak, and there's nothing you can do about it. Even if you try to supplement them, they are weak. What I can say is that I'd rather take an option where I go with natural herbs. That's the option that I can take. But supplementing, buying like medication and whatever, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna waste my money on it. I'll rather lose them like this than spending money and still lose them. Because in my experience, I've seen a lot of people taking that journey and then they ended up not actually even coming out all right. But let's see what we have in here today. I already see one mortality, two. Damn, man, there's so many. Let me show you. So someone was saying I must increase the light. No, if you can look at how our chicken are right now in the brooder, there's nothing wrong with the temperature. And besides, it's not winter. We know that you can have this kind of high mortality in winter, but it's not winter. So let's grab the first chick here. One. This reminds me of COVID, when they used to count numbers on TV every day. You see it saying that we have what number of mortality or people who actually lost their life during that time. So this is very, very, very sad, man. Seeing your chicken like this every day when you come to your house, you find them like that. It's really, 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 really sad. But anyway, I'm just gonna pick up those that didn't make it today and see what we can do. So this is the problem that I used to tell people, that raising chickens in festive season, it's very, 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 very hard, because these are kind of the situation that you're gonna deal with, and a lot of people don't survive after this. I remember I had a friend of mine, number 2, who once had a similar issue, and it was during the festive season, and he didn't survive it, and he never actually came back in the game. Up until today, that guy couldn't recover from the loss that he had. Three. Three. I think that's all. I think we only have 3 mortality, if I'm not mistaken. I think we only have 3 guys today. Yeah, maybe the weak ones are almost out, so maybe the weak ones about to be finished. Because remember, once this thing happened and then you're left with the strong ones, it means that now you're good to go. But like I said, if you wanna supplement, if you have a situation like this and if you wanna supplement, guys, try to go natural ways. Try to use aloe vera, you can take aloe vera, put it in water, and then give it to your chicken. So those are kind of ways that you can supplement. These are advices that I can give to someone who may be facing a similar problem as I am. But with me, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna try and supplement or buy medication or whatever, because it's hard to tell what's wrong with your chickens, more especially when they're on this stage of first week of brooding. It's not really easy to tell already what's causing the death, why are we having high mortality like this. So the only way to tell in most cases, it's during winter, when you know that you're having high mortality. One is because it's winter, and then maybe your brooding system, it's not effective enough. That's why you'll end up having this kind of high mortality rate happening in your chicken house. But if it's not about that, if it's not in winter, it's summer like this, I don't know, maybe we can say that you are having high mortality because of what? Bad genetics of your chickens. And this is what I believe it's happening in my chicken house today, or right now in this cycle that we're having. We just had bad genetics. So our chicken problem here, I think, is just to do with genetics. So genetically, our chickens were weak. That's why we are losing them in high number like this. But yeah, what I can say is that we're not gonna make any profit here. It's a loss. We're running at a loss, and yeah. So what we found today, it's only three chickens that didn't make it today. So far we collected 3, and I can see we have about, how many that I've saw? I think I saw about 2 or 3 as well that are not promising for tomorrow or for the rest of the day. It's now still 8 in the morning. I just came to my chicken house to collect more mortality in our chicken house. So I was never gonna document this cycle, but I figured out, let me show people that sometimes it goes sideways. Sometimes things take the wrong turn, and then you're facing with things like this. So yeah, thanks for watching our videos, guys, and remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, everything that we always ask you to do. Keep doing it. Welcome back to the disaster cycle. Yeah, I'm calling this a disaster cycle because it has been disaster one. We've been facing a lot of challenges into the cycle, but yeah, man, we try every day just to be strong. I appreciate the support that I got from people on the channel. I really appreciate it. So now we are in our chicken house. Today actually it's day 7, so they are 1 week old today. I'm here to check how they're doing. So yesterday on day 6, they actually, it is day 7, so yeah, they're 1 week old. So yesterday on day 6, we only had 4 mortality. So we found 1 in the morning, and then we also found No, we found 3 in the morning. Sorry, we found 3 in the morning, and then we also found 1 in the afternoon, and then later we didn't have any mortality. So now I'm here in my chicken house. So my biosecurity measure is that every time I come to my chicken house, I wear my working boots, then I enter my chicken house. So basically this boot stays in my chicken house all the time. So yeah, that's how I'm dealing with my biosecurity. So yesterday, because it was hot, I forgot to actually close the side with this tape. Probably my chicken are feeling cold because there was a lot of air coming in. Yeah, so I was not aware that I didn't close this thing. So let's get to the brooder now and see what's going on and see how our chicken are doing. Let me tell you what's happening in our chicken house now. Our feeders seems to be out of feed. They're almost out of feed. Our drinkers, seems like some of them, they are already out of water. So what we're gonna be doing today is that we're gonna remove the newspaper. It looks bad, so it looks terrible. We're gonna remove the newspaper. We're gonna let our chicken now play or stay on their bedding, their favorite bedding, which is wood shaving. So yeah, there seems a little bit of improvement. So far I'm not seeing any mortality in the chicken house. I don't see any mortality so far. I'm not saying today there's no mortality. So far I'm not seeing any. So but I know that as soon as we enter the chicken house, as soon as we try to shift the feeders and the drinkers and remove the newspaper, maybe we will find any, or maybe it's our lucky day, we won't find any mortality. So I'm gonna remove this plastic now so that I can work inside my chicken house properly. But I'm impressed, man. I don't see any mortality. I don't know whether it's our lucky day or what, but I don't see any mortality. I don't see anything. Like I said before, that sometimes it's that thing of you found very bad genetics chickens. Maybe your chicken genetically they were weak. Find that your chicken genetically they were weak. So that's why sometimes you find that now you have to deal with high mortality rate in your chicken house, more especially when they are still young. Is because genetically those chicken were weak. So even if you try to supplement or do anything, you end up spending necessary money. You end up spending more money into things that they don't really gonna benefit you at the end, because you're still gonna lose money anyway. So let's try and check what we have here. So we're gonna be taking our drinkers out, the feeders out, and everything else. So right now I'm just gonna be cleaning the way. I understand that sometimes when you're facing with challenges like the one that I was facing or the one that I'm facing, a lot of people will give you advices or based on their experience. But what I normally tell people is that we have different experience when coming to things like this. You find that whatever that has been attacking me is not what has attacked you before, and then you're gonna tell me what to do based on your previous story or the previous experience. So we have one chick that looks weak. It has been like that since yesterday. Probably it's gonna be one of the last, because so far I don't see any mortality in my chicken house. Not sure if we'll find any as we try to move around, but yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that most of the time you'll find that people tells you what to use, which product works better, is because they're telling you based on their experience, and you find that you are being attacked by something else. So more especially when your chicks are still young like this, you can't necessarily tell. Someone was saying Newcastle. Guys, the symptoms of Newcastle, it's when your chicken behave in a zombie way. I love calling it the zombie way, because their neck will be turning to their back, and yeah, those kind of things, man. you can see some diseases when they attack you. You can see the symptoms. It's like when you're attacked by water belly. You know that when you open your chicken, you'll find water inside, and then you know that you cannot deal with water belly. Like, you cannot cure water belly. You can only prevent it when your chicks are still young. So those are some of the things that you need to look at when people give you advices. Like, what is it that it's attacking me? And like I said, it's very sad, because at this stage, when your chicks are still very young, like mine, and you are faced with challenges like the ones that are facing me. So yeah, like I was saying, in most time, you need to know that even if you lose money raising your chickens, it's rare for you to lose everything. So what I can tell you is that probably the cost of production, we're gonna make it back. What we may lose is the profit. But if you can have your cost of production back, that's good, man. So I hope as well that I don't lose to an extent where I can't even have my cost of production back. So that's one thing that I fear, to lose and not have my cost of production back. And I pray that even with this one, at least I should have my cost of production back, as we lose, as our chicken are dying like this. What I wish is to have the cost of production back. So yeah, I hope so. And shout out to Koketo. There's a guy called Koketo. It's one of the subscribers of our channel. No, shout out to Koketo. Koketo just sent me something yesterday. He actually DM'd me, and then we spoke on WhatsApp, and then he sent me something for me just to keep on going. Appreciate that, Koketo. Really appreciate it, man. Thanks. There are people who actually care out there, who really love sharing, as I also love sharing information. There are people who actually love sharing something else. So yeah, shout out to Koketo for the support that you showed. I really appreciate it, man. Sometimes when you are faced with things like this, and then someone you don't know just support you out of nowhere, man, it gives you hope, and it gives you strength to continue doing what you do. But yeah, I think I'm gonna sell some of my feed, the ones that I have bought for this cycle, so that we can actually have money to push through the month and come back strong. So I'm gonna sell some of my feed. I already spoken to a few people. Initially we were supposed to start with another cycle next week, so I'm not gonna start that cycle anymore. I'm taking a break from farming. After this, I feel like I need to take a break. Remember that I said before that this is my second loss that I'm having. Unfortunately, the first loss I never documented it, and it's because I was losing chicken. They were growing actually when we were losing them, and it's that thing that today you walk into a chicken house, you find one chicken dead, and then you're like, it's fine, it's just this one. And then tomorrow if we walk in, you find two, you're like, maybe just two, and then it continues, and then we realize, right, man, we're losing a lot of chickens here in numbers. Like, the volume keeps on increasing, and then and you never got chance to actually document. But this one I was like, hey, we're seeing the same thing, that we're facing the same thing that we just faced on the previous cycle. But the previous cycle, unfortunately, those chicken were growing, like we started losing them after 4 weeks, I think. and most of them it was water belly. Some I forgot what it was, but like there were multiple things that happened then, and I discovered that it's because of the weather change. We were entering summer season, you know, when season changes. No, this one just died, guys. You see it? The one that I was just killing here, it just lost its life, just like that, peacefully. So yeah, so we have another one today, unfortunately. So I thought we're not gonna have any, but yeah, the mortality keep on rising. But yeah, maybe this time it's dropping, because I see that the number dropped yesterday when we lost 4, and then today so far it's 1, and there's another one that doesn't look fine. So probably by the time I finish in here, it will also lost its life probably. So but yeah, it's one of those things that I want to tell you that here it's what we're facing. So we have removed the newspaper. Now a lot of people will always ask, when do I remove the newspaper? So it's now, I'm saying after a week of placing in your chicks, you remove the newspaper. But guys, even this one, I think it already okay, it's still surviving, still kicking. Yeah, but it's losing its life. It's losing its life. I can tell you. I can tell that it's losing its life. It's on the ICU stage. It looks like they're on ICU stage. This one is also about to lose its life. So the other one just lost its life now, and this one is also seems not to be handling it well. So yeah, we only have one mortality today. So what we're gonna be doing now is just refill our drinkers and the feeders. We put them back. Remember, we're feeding them starter feed. So we're taking back the feeders now. So one thing you need to do when you're taking back your feeders, you must look, you must be vigilant, because I once put in a feeder on top of one of my chicks. So sometimes when you turn to put your feeder, and the chick can actually jump or run under the feeder. So always try to make sure that it's nothing where you're putting your feeder. So we're gonna put maybe 3 feeders, and then yeah, we'll just put drinkers on the other side. So let's close here so that we can go get some water. Yeah, so we are done with the work for the day in our chicken house. We only lost one. You guys just saw it, and there's another one that's not promising, which is this one over here. So probably when we come back later during the day, you will find it lost its life. So thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for the comments, the encouragement that you give me. I'll keep on pushing. So this is another challenge that we're faced in, and we want to pass it, and we're going to continue doing what we do best. Remember what I said about this chicken, that it won't make it. Here it is suffering, and others are busy jumping on top of it. So we're just gonna take it out. Yeah, it's losing its life. Still kicking, but it won't make it. You can see that it feels weak. So yeah, this is our second routine. Just came to check on our chicks how they're behaving, and we found the one that we left looking at it not well. Seems like now it's almost about to give up now. So but otherwise the rest of our chicks still looks good. Yeah, man.